Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Braden Timmons, and oh my gosh, I feel like I have not talked to you guys in the longest time. I can't believe I'm finally back and doing a video. It only makes sense that my first video back, and even if you guys can't tell, I'm in my brand new set. This is my brand new set where a good majority of my videos are going to be taking place from here on out. Now, I personally don't like this one as much as I did my old set. It was very heartbreaking when I had to take that one down, but because I moved and stuff like that, this is my new set where a good portion of my videos will be taking place, and this is my first video back in about 2 weeks, guys. So I think it only makes sense that of course I want to talk about Halloween Kills, especially on this Michael Myers Monday. I haven't had a chance to do one of these in a couple of weeks, and I'm really excited to be here talking about this today, because we're just gonna pretty much pick up exactly what I wanted to talk about a couple of weeks ago based on the video I did on the last Myers Monday episode, in which I talked about my most anticipated returning characters from Halloween 1978 from the Halloween 1978 world. Today I want to talk about my most anticipated returning characters in Halloween Kills from the 2018 movie. And I gotta say, guys, there's really not a whole lot of them that I'm really looking forward to seeing from Halloween 2018. I mean, literally a good portion of the characters were pretty disposable in Halloween 2018. I don't think that they really introduced us to anybody that you can really care about or get on board with except for Allyson and of course Laurie Strode. But in terms of Laurie Strode, she is one of those characters that is also from the 1978 world, and I'm not really looking forward to seeing her in Halloween Kills because she's not going to be in it all that much. As many of us know, she's going to spend a good portion of the movie in the hospital, like she should, especially because of the damage that she took at the end of Halloween 2018. I mean, literally almost every character that I even remotely really liked in Halloween 2018 pretty much died. I mean, I really think that they could have done a lot more with Aaron and Dana, but they were both killed off at the gas station, or at least we think that Aaron was killed off. We're not 100% sure on that yet. Maybe there's some way that he survived, because he really only got hit in the head several times, and even though he was losing a lot of blood, perhaps somehow he survived. So I have to say I would like to see him come back. I don't think that they utilize them enough, but Dana, of course, she's dead. Michael Myers snapped her neck in the bathroom stall. In terms of anticipation, I'd say that I really hope that Sheriff Baker is going to do a little bit more in Halloween Kills, because he was pretty freaking useless in Halloween 2018. I really think that they would have benefited making Hawkins the sheriff, especially because of how old he is in age. I feel like that he would be more than just an officer. So I really do think that Sheriff Baker should have a little bit more of a role to play in Halloween Kills. At least that's my anticipation, because in Halloween 2018 he was one of those characters that I just really didn't like. I didn't get on board with him. I think that he was just a pretty big nothing character, and I just think that in terms of writing, all they did is that they wrote him in just to say that they have a sheriff, they have an officer, and that was pretty much it. I really do think that they would have benefited a lot more by making Hawkins the sheriff and even having him survive, which I do think that Hawkins did survive. So speaking of Hawkins, he is one of my most anticipated Halloween 2018 returning characters in Halloween Kills. There is a big rumor going around online that he is actually still alive. I do think that he is still alive. I think that there have been people that I've seen in movies that have survived worse than he did. I mean, he got stabbed in the throat, and then yeah, he got ran over by the car. So if anything, his legs would be broken, but maybe the paramedics, they find him, and maybe him and Laurie end up next to each other in the hospital in Halloween Kills. I'm also really curious to see the de-aged Hawkins in the 1978 world. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to handle that storyline, because of course Hawkins is the one that arrested Michael on Halloween night 1978, and I'm curious to see how they're going to explore that a little bit more. So Hawkins is one of my most anticipated characters from the 2018 world in Halloween Kills, because it takes place on that same night. The next up, I have to say, I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with Karen. Karen is going to have a bigger character arc for me to care about her more in this movie. I do really like what they did with her at the end of Halloween 2018. Didn't love it, but I didn't hate it either. I think that she was pretty annoying for a good portion of Halloween 2018. I thought that she was a pretty useless character in Halloween 2018 because she really didn't do a whole lot. She was just more there to cry and complain, and sure, there was some backstory in her character made sense because she grew up in the household that Laurie Strode raised her in, and you can see the damage that she had taken from Laurie, so you can see the baggage that she has with her mom. And I'm really curious to see, now that she has experienced the boogeyman, how big of a role she is going to play in this upcoming movie. So in terms of anticipation, she is my next most anticipated. So it goes Hawkins, Karen, and then of course my number one most anticipated character in Halloween Kills is Allyson. I'm really curious to see the badassery that she's going to bring to Halloween Kills, because David Gordon Green has opened up and said that she is going to be the main focus of Halloween Kills and even Halloween Ends. So I'm curious to see how much she's going to grow, especially having experienced the boogeyman just like her mom did in Halloween 2018. That moment at the end when it was just the 3 generations of Strode women looking down on Michael and Michael is defeated, that was really awesome stuff. And I'm curious to see now how she's going to take Michael Myers still being out on the loose, because this is all going to be news to her. Her, Karen, and Laurie all think that Michael Myers is burning in that house. They all think that he is dead. They all think that he's going to be gone. But we all know that that's not the case, because there has to be a movie. So when it comes down to Allyson, I'm really anticipating to see her grow a lot more in this movie, and I just can't wait to see how badass she becomes. And I'm also curious to see what's going to happen with Cameron, because Cameron was one of those Halloween 2018 characters that, again, very disposable, very forgettable. It's like if they cut his character out of the movie completely, it would have been totally fine. But of course they needed him in the movie because he is Lania Lamb's son. Lania Lamb is coming in Halloween Kills, and Cameron, I'm sure, is going to face his ultimate fate in Halloween Kills, probably along with Lonnie. I'm guessing that both of them are going to face the ultimate fate and fall at the hands of Michael Myers. If not in this one, it'll probably be the next one. But really curious to see how Cameron is going to have more of a role to play in this upcoming movie. And if they do decide to have him in a lot of scenes, I really hope that he's better than he was in 2018, because I just didn't think that he was a necessary character in Halloween 2018 in the slightest. But ultimately, guys, I only have really 3 anticipated characters, and that's Hawkins, Karen, and Allyson from the Halloween 2018 movie, to see them return in Halloween Kills, because Karen and Allyson are at least going to have a major role to play throughout this adventure, and I'm just curious to see how they're going to team up with those characters from Halloween 1978. I'm talking like Tommy, Lindsay, Lonnie. I'm really curious to see how all of these new characters are going to intertwine with these old returning characters. So with all that being said, guys, post your guys' comments down below. Let me know, what do you guys think? Who are your guys' most anticipated characters from Halloween 2018 returning in Halloween Kills? Because if you think about it, there really wasn't a whole lot of them that are going to be returning in Halloween Kills from Halloween 2018, just again because a lot of those characters were simply disposable in that movie. And now we have more characters coming in that we're going to have to care about as well. Oh, and also I have to say, Julian, I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with Julian as well, because apparently he is going to be coming back in Halloween 2018. I actually thought that, the scenes between him and Vicky in 2018, for the most part, were good. I thought that it was funny at times. I think that it was funny when it needed to be. Now, of course, the scene where Michael is in the closet and kills Vicky, I think the comedy in that scene was definitely not necessary, but I did think that the dynamic between those two are really good, and I'm curious to see what they're going to do with Julian. So whatever you guys' thoughts are, leave those comments in the comment section. I'd absolutely love to read them. And as always, if you guys like this, don't forget to join me on my journey to 5,000 subscribers, and I will see you guys in my next video.